Willis Clan, and I'm here in Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I'm here with our friends, the Willis Clan. I'm going to interview them for all you guys. First question is for all of you. It's from Allie from Florida. What is everyone's favorite color?
Oh, let's go in order. I think blue. I really don't have a specific, but blue is probably one of my favorites.
What was that, Jess?
I think blue is one of my favorites.
Yellow.
I actually really don't have a favorite color. I like neutral tones, but I don't have a favorite color. So complicated. I don't have a favorite color either, though. What's your favorite color? Jager likes all colors.
Pink. I'm just kidding. No, blue and brown. Those are my favorite colors.
That's what you're wearing.
Jada.
I'm wearing blue and brown.
Pink.
Pink.
I don't know. Every color, I guess.
What about you guys?
I like blue.
A lot of blues.
There you go.
And Toby.
Oh, whatever color Brenda's wearing.
Good answer. So today it would be blue. There we go. All right.
Okay, next question is from Zach from Long Island, New York. When writing a song with lyrics, what usually comes first, the lyrics or the music itself?
Well, that kind of depends on the person who's writing it. Also, the song. We really don't have a set formula that we use.
Different.
Yeah. For some of us, yeah, I think mostly we try to do it in conjunction with each other. We'll get an idea of maybe some lyric, like an idea for a song, but it really doesn't start coming together until we start, actually putting music to it, and then we start getting words at that point. So we try to do it together.
Next question is from Alex from the UK. How are you getting along with The City That I'm Looking For music video? And are you planning on making any other videos? And if so, what song would each member like their video to be?
Okay, so that's kind of a couple questions in one. So one, City I'm Looking For music video. We have not honestly been able to touch it because there's been so many things. So we have some stuff filmed for it. We want to film some more though before we have all the pieces that we want. But the thing that's holding us back from music videos just in general is first of all the time, but also the equipment. We don't feel like we have the equipment that we want yet to do a really, really good job. So we're looking into that equipment, and we want to do, if we're going to do music videos, we want to do them right. We want to do them really high quality. So that's kind of how we've kind of made the decisions that we have. But we'd love to do some, and we're looking into doing some soon. Yeah, we have been looking into getting the equipment and hopefully getting on not just City That I'm Looking For, but a bunch of other music videos really soon. One that I would love to see would be Mama. That's something that I really want to do, and I know we've wanted to do that. We have a lot of ideas for it. What do you want to see? If we could do a music video for any one of our songs. Jason Love? What would be in the music video? He hasn't worked it out yet. All Jager? You like in a motorcycle, in a sports car, like that? No. Okay. We'll get back to you on that. I would love to see, I would love to do the music video for Heaven. I think that would be pretty awesome. We can do some really cool stuff with that.
The song that I'm probably looking forward to the music video the most hasn't come out yet.
Is it one from the new album?
Yeah, it's one from the new album, so I can't really say which one it is. But there can be a pretty cool music video to it.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're I would love to see Mama. I would love to do that one. That'd be really pretty and so. It's the new single, so I would love to see that one.
Okay. This one's for Jack.
All right.
And It's from Josh. I'm not quite sure where he's from.
Okay.
New York.
Do you use a natural or synthetic head on your baron? And also, are there any tips or tricks for a beginner that you wish you would have known before starting out?
The answer to the first question is the head is completely natural. So yes, it's not synthetic at all.
It's goat skin.
Goat skin, yeah. And as far as tips and tricks, I'm still picking up on tips and tricks even now. But I don't remember ever like formally learning. She always played, and I would just watch and try to mimic her. And then I kind of got stuck in the role.
Then he got way better than I was.
But yeah, probably the biggest tip that I didn't realize, I didn't come to figure out until halfway through like playing, was the way I held the stick. I used to hold it like I would hold a pencil, and I killed my wrist doing that. It was bent over like this the whole time. I couldn't play for like an hour. After an hour I was done. And going on tour and playing all the time, I would play one song and my hand would be done. It would cramp up so bad. And so I learned a new grip, and it's just literally that on the stick. Just holding it 3/4 of the way up, just like that, and it has saved me so much pain. So I wish I would have figured that out a lot sooner.
Okay, this question is from Bridget from Canada. You all know Bridget. How did you guys decide on a country album for the 4th CD?
Well, we haven't done a country album yet, and we've written quite a few country songs, or that songs that we think would be best in a country genre. Plus, also living in Nashville and playing places like Grand Ole Opry and the Ryman and things like that. We've been talking to different people at different country radio stations, and they've said, if you ever come out with country singles, we'll play them for you. And basically, the doors are just opening for that, so it makes the most sense for us to, maximize those opportunities. Yeah. Plus, like I said, we have a bunch of country songs that we've written, and we've just been waiting for the opportunity to record and start playing. So it all just kind of came together all at the right time, and so we'll see if we can get it done. We might miss that window of opportunity if it drags on too much longer.
It's also kind of keeping with the trend of doing something new every album. Because if we were to go back and do another Irish album, we've already done an Irish album, so
we will at some point.
We'll have to start doing multiple albums.
We'll run out of genres.
Yeah,
you never know. There's a lot of genres out there.
Classical, then we'll come back. But we already have so many songs and tunes written that we, for another Irish album, another bluegrass album, another pop album. But still backed up. Really, we're really backed up.
Okay, this question's from Sonia from Massachusetts. Do you all recognize fans that have come to multiple shows, and what is that like for you?
It's always so amazing to see people come back for multiple shows. It's hard for us to remember, honestly. So there's probably been quite a few fans, maybe even in the fan club, that have come to multiple shows, and we can't recognize everybody. But sometimes things just stick with you, certain faces, or a conversation that you had. But it's always amazing to see people come back. It's like we didn't scare them off the first time; they came back. It's good, It's very sweet.
Lottie from Ireland wants to know, what is everyone's favorite instrument to play live?
I got my answer.
Concert?
Yeah,
Jazz?
concert or just what? Piano's probably my favorite.
To play live in concert would probably be Baron. That'd probably be. But at home, I like playing piano.
For me, it's a hard one. I kind of go through phases. Right now, I'm having a lot of fun playing fiddle. Actually, I still have a lot of work to do, but I've really been enjoying the time playing fiddle. But I'm sure in a couple of months, that I'll switch to a new instrument. I'm like, oh, this is my new favorite instrument. My favorite to play live is definitely whistle. I just feel the most comfortable on that, but I love playing piano as well. So between those two, those are my favorites. What about you?
Saxophone.
This was the last one.
No, mine definitely the bass. I only really play the bass other than one number I play the whistle.
And you play a little bit of piano, a little bit of
But
guitar.
not on stage.
Yeah.
So definitely bass.
What about you,
We'll
Joy?
take that. We'll take that and expand on it. Do you prefer the upright
Oh,
bass, or
definitely.
do you prefer
Actually-
the electric bass?
I don't know. I go through phases. So I don't know. I don't know. I like both
It's
of them.
basically the same instrument, so it's hard. It's bass, bass. Alright, Joy, what's your favorite instrument to play live?
I only play keyboard.
Oh, you could say whistle. You play whistle.
Yeah, you played whistle on that.
Yeah. What do you think? Whistle, piano?
I play whistle.
Yeah, that's right. Woo!
Alright.
Okay. Janet Lee from Canada would like to know what's your most memorable homemade gift that you have received and why?
Well, we've gotten a lot of gifts from fans.
And this isn't necessarily from a fan either.
Oh,
it's just
not
your
from
fake.
fan.
It could be for
It can be
I
from
got
anybody.
an answer. I think it was our great grandma. My grandma's made them. They crocheted us slippers. And when we still lived in Chicago,
we were all really small.
we had like a slick floor. We put our slippers on, we'd run and we'd try and slide, and the kitchen who could slide the farthest. And they were green slippers with like a little white thing on the top. I don't remember who made it. Was there a great grandparents?
grandma, yeah.
On dad's side, I think. And they were the coolest things, those slippers. Oh man, I forgot about them. I think we lost them when our house burned down, but they were the coolest thing. Yeah. So I had a good answer. What about you guys?
Does anybody else have an answer for that?
I love every time someone, homemade gifts are awesome and drumable. When somebody either writes a piece of music or like some kind of piece of art, whether it's a drawing or a piece of music or something, I think that is really awesome. Or a poem, kind of comes with poems, that's pretty awesome. I don't know, because it's like, you can definitely get it's like such a piece of that person, you know, and it's like they give a piece of themselves as a gift, you know, and I think that's really awesome.
One of the coolest gifts that I think we received was from some of our friends back home that go to church with us, and we grew up with them basically. And we're constantly on the road and everything, so we don't get to see them as much anymore. And so before we headed out on tour once, they gave us this box full of all different kinds of stuff, and they knew us super well, so they had pretty much something in there for everyone.
And they said, don't open it until you're super homesick.
Until you're super homesick, and it was probably the best gift that I've ever received, because it was, this person knew me, these people knew me so well, and they knew our whole family, and we were homesick.
But they knew, they knew exactly what we needed on the road.
And so yeah, they said don't open it until you're super homesick, and we got super homesick pretty quick on the road. We opened it up, and it was a little piece of home.
That's good.
Okay, this is kind of lengthy,
Okay.
but it's kind of, I think, geared more toward you, Jet.
Okay.
It's from Graham from Virginia. I'm learning to play the whistle, and mine are made out of PVC. The tone often sounds very breathy, and the sound is sometimes a bit pitchy and squeaky. If that makes sense, is what. How much of this is my playing, and how much of it is the instrument itself?
That's a very good question, and someone knows what they're talking about when they talk about the breath and the squeakiness. I actually had a PVC whistle. It was my first official whistle. I started off on what's called a generation whistle, which is a tin whistle with a plastic top, and those are really low quality. But then my first official whistle was a PVC whistle, and it's a lot more breathy, and it's the whistle, and then squeakiness depends on, like, if you're not covering all the holes completely, you'll get some squeaks. Pitch is also to do with your breath. So some of that, I would say a lot of it would be the whistle, but you can get really far. You can build a lot of skill on a PVC whistle. And I had it for a long time until Jenny sat on it and broke it. I'm not kidding.
Hold on,
She really sat on it and broke it. It was, Jeanette left her whistle on my bed.
Yeah.
In her bed,
Yeah, it's on my bed and there was a blanket over it, so I did not
didn't
see it.
But she sat and broke into like 6 pieces. So do not set your whistle on a bed anywhere unless someone comes and sit on it and crush a little piece of yourself. But I would say, yeah, most of it's probably the whistle, but it doesn't hold you back that much from learning. So yeah, but anytime you want to invest in a higher quality instrument, go for it. Whenever you think that you were ready, I guess would be the best thing.
Graham also had another question that we felt was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And how do you all stack your harmony parts? When more than 3 singers, it seems that Jer and Jet sing the same part, but I am not sure.
Very observant. Up until
What about, it goes, what about when you add another voice, like Jazzy's, on songs like Carried Away?
Yeah, that's a good question, and we've been changing it around. We kind of, each song is different, but a lot of times Jer and I sing the same part. He sings it an octave higher. So
Well,
we
he'll
like
sing it it actually ends up being an octave, the same range, but yeah.
whatever fits naturally for us, but it ends up being an octave normally. But we've been changing it up more, and like some songs, like Wild and Free and Nervous Breakdown, it's just 3 parts, and the 3 part is the core. Usually if we add a 4th part, it's either double melody to strengthen the melody, or it's an octave for one of the other parts. So like if the boy sings a part, we'll have the girl singing the same part. So Jer and I have been doing that a lot. Sometimes, also like, for example, I'm Carried Away, I sing Jer's part an octave higher.
Right, and then some people like Jasmine and some of the other kids are singing like Oz and Oohs and stuff, and then some people are singing words just to add like some thickness and some depth to the vocals. So yeah, like Jet said, it really just comes down to every song is different. But if we do have people that are like doubling parts or stacking parts, Jet and Jared normally are the ones to do that. So yeah, a good ear there.
Yeah, and it's funny, certain people's voices fit better with each other. So Jer and I's voices actually sound very similar. I don't know if that's a bad thing for him or for me, but so I don't know if I have a guy voice or he has a girl voice. I don't know, but we tend to find
You complement each other very well.
There we go. That's how it works. So yeah, that's a good question though.
Maestro from Michigan. If you had to pick another state to move to, our Dollywood train.
The rude train.
We live by a railroad. We love trains. Okay, we're going to repeat this one. It's from Maestro from Michigan. If you had to pick another state to move to, which would it be?
We're gonna go down each person.
Yeah. I have no idea. Maybe somewhere close to Tennessee, maybe Kentucky, or maybe more down south, like the Carolinas. But definitely east.
Alaska.
Ooh.
Yep.
Bitter cold.
Yeah, the bitter cold. Exactly. The bitter cold. Alaska. The bitter cold. AKA the bitter cold. Man, that's a hard one. I love all the southern states. So, yeah, North and South Carolina are gorgeous. Virginia is gorgeous. But then there's also like upstate New York is beautiful. And we've been to some really awesome places out west. We went to Yosemite. Maybe I live in Yosemite. Yosemite. Yeah, so California, Yosemite. I'd say definitely the East Coast. It's so beautiful. And it is a lot like Tennessee. I really do love Tennessee's vibe and the scenery of it all. So I'd say, between Kentucky, Virginia, and North South Carolina, definitely.
I'd be in the state of happiness.
Aren't you already?
No, probably like either.
You'd go to Alaska with Jack.
No, I would not. Probably like Florida or California, something like that.
Beach babe?
No, I want to be a beach babe.
Surfer dude?
You're a surfer dude. You're hiking in like awesome places.
What about you, Joy?
Have to test them all out.
Test them all out.
That was a very intelligent answer. She's not going to pick until she's tried them all.
Yeah.
Smart girl, maybe.
Yeah.
Next question is from Kyle from New York. If you could spend a day with anybody, being dead or alive, Who would that be and why?
I know mine.
I got an easy answer.
That's easy. Oh, there you go. I actually had something else, but that takes the cake.
Okay, anyone but, we all say that, but what?
We would all say Jesus, right? Okay, so other than Jesus.
Other than Jesus.
I know, I would say Solomon from the Bible. The wisest man that ever lived. I would love to pick his brain for a little while. So we can't.
I would say Solomon too.
You can't say the same thing.
David.
David. What do you think? You don't know?
Anybody, dead or alive,
Pick anybody.
in the whole world.
Anybody that you would maybe want to spend a day with.
I'm gonna pay her later.
He's a Jedi. I'm sticking with Jesus. That's what I'm sticking with.
Well, if I gotta pick something different, George Washington.
Hey, that's good. That's good.
I'd like to spend a day with George Washington.
Pick up all of his hair tips. I'm just kidding. Powdered wigs.
I would love to spend a day with Esther. Esther? I would love to.
Get some beauty tips from Esther. That's a tough question. We can go on and on with that.
That was one of those ones you kind of had to think about.
Yeah. Well, there's so many answers you can come from. Yeah.
Next question is from Carl from Alberta, Canada. Do you have plans to do a show in Canada? And also, what other language would each of you like to speak?
Mandarin.
What do you think? Mandarin? I've heard of that. It's really hard. That's really hard
I don't know anything about it.
For the first part of that question, I do not think we have any plans yet. But we would love to play Canada. It's just getting the connections and getting connected with venues and stuff to actually play. And we've seen a really, really strong fan base in Canada. And so we're really, really hoping we can make it up to everybody there and who's been so supportive. So we really hope we can do that. And I know there's been some things in the works in Canada that have just fallen through, but it will happen. It'll happen eventually. So
As far as the language goes, some of us have already started learning a little bit of Irish Gaelic.
Irish is my
So yeah, I would love to finish learning Irish, but I'd also love to learn Greek and Hebrew. I think would be pretty awesome.
Yeah. What do you think, Jack? Oh, did you already say? You already said Mandarin? He just wants a challenge. That's what it is. Jazzy, what language? No, Pig Latin doesn't count.
Wait, what Latin?
Pig Latin.
I would love to learn either Irish or I would love to learn Spanish too.
What we need to do is we each need to learn a different language. There you go.
So that's
It's like a Tower of Babel.
I would learn sign language.
Oh, I would love to learn sign language. Yes.
I want to learn sign
That
language.
qualifies as an actual language, right?
It's called sign language.
Spanish.
Spanish? Oh, everyone learns Spanish.
Well, that's why it would be it would be very valuable to know that. There you go. There you go.
Okay. This comes right up from what we were just kind of talking. Joanna from Adelaide, Australia. She would like to know, what is your favorite Bible
Favorite Bible verse? Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. That's my favorite verse. I hope I got that reference right. I think it's Philippians 4:13.
One of my favorite is James 1:1, where it says, "Consider it pure joy whenever you face trials, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance."
I think the verse is Ephesians 6:11. It's strap on the full armor of God. I've always loved that verse.
Jazzy? I can't remember. It's a proverb, but I can't remember what number it is. I think it's like,
We'll look it up after this.
17, but the joy of the Lord is my strength, and I always love that one. Trying to be joyful in everything.
Gonna go on with John 3:16. Good. One of my favorite verses.
What about you, Jordan?
She doesn't remember a lot of the verses.
We're still working on that then.
John 1:1 is good.
Proverbs 3:5.
Proverbs 3:5.
Okay, we have Josh from Virginia. Has anyone ever built their own instrument?
No. That's not something we've done.
I've tried, and I think Jedi's tried, like using rubber bands and like tissue boxes. We've created some pretty interesting instruments.
That's not an instrument.
That's what makes
What a
noise.
disaster.
Just because it makes noise does not qualify. I mean, a banjo makes noise. That doesn't qualify as just kidding.
No, we have not tried our hand at instrument making yet, but maybe that might be something we get into in the future. Who knows?
I would love to build a baron and a banjo at some point. Actually, we have a whole book in our house on how to build a banjo, and I've actually looked through it, and it's not too hard. It's not.
It's not. It's really
I mean,
not.
literally, like the first
You
banjo
just
was
have to
like
have the
made out
time
of
to do
scrap
it.
material, so like
That's all it is scrap.
It's still
it's just you can make it out of scraps.
Making it sound good.
Okay, Isabel.
Origami instruments.
origami.
Okay, Isabel from Finland. What was everyone's first instrument everyone learned to play?
By and large, it was piano. Yeah, because Dad played piano, and so that was like all the time. Dad would play all the time when we were growing up, and we would sit at his lap and put our hands on his hands as he played, and that's how we would learn a lot of it. So I would say most of us started off on piano.
Mine was percussion.
Yeah,
Well, even before that, you would play like little things like heart and soul.
and axolotl and stuff.
Left on piano.
I don't think so. I think I played percussion before that.
Really?
We all
that
did.
was one of the later ones he started.
We kind of go through different phases. There's kind of like piano was something that's always, there's kind of like bass instruments, and then not like an actual bass, but like bass instruments, and then you can go up. And piano is one of those. Guitar is also one of them. Percussion was something. Everyone went through a phase where they played the shaker and tambourine, and it was the dreaded instrument. Oh my goodness. Oh man, yeah. Then like little kids take turns like playing cymbal. Like I used to play cymbal. Joy skipped cymbal. He went right to keyboard. What's in that? No, it's fake. But yeah, piano would be the thing. Guitar, percussion of any sort.
Okay, this is the last question, and it's coming from the Wallace family from Virginia.
I thought you were going to say from Scotland. I was like,
They had numerous questions, but to be fair, we chose only this one. But they wanted us to let you guys know that they love you, and they can't wait to see you in Short Pump.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine.
What was the worst on-stage mess-up that has happened?
Other than
wait, I think we need to go through each person.
There's been a lot. We've had clothing malfunctions.
I think it'd be different for each person.
I think for me, I've had some pretty embarrassing clothing malfunctions at different dance. There's one particular one at a dance competition, and then there was one when we were performing in Nashville for a St. Patrick's Day festival, or I was like coming up to St. Patrick's Day, and I was wearing a shirt that snapped all the way down the front. And during a dance routine, one of the most embarrassing moments of my life, definitely. So, it was great. It was really funny, not in the moment, but now we laugh about it.
Trying to think what
We've also had like moments where people totally forget the lyrics, like Jess or Jer. There's one of the first times that we played the Opry, Jer was singing and totally forgot the lyrics, and the problem was we all forgot, like normally it's like, one person forgets to look over and then the other person like mouths the words too. We all forgot. We're all just looking at each other like, I have no idea.
And I playing one chord like, wait, I don't know what we're doing. That was on the Opry. We were all like, oh my goodness. But what would you say?
For me, there's two that stand out. One, when I was younger, I was like competed in Irish dance. I won the Rockers, and they have like a parade of all the champions that won. And I was right in the front of the line, and I tripped on some of the stage.
It was like dominoes.
And I fell like on my face, and the whole line behind me, like in the podium, all the champions who won. That was really embarrassing. And then the time I split my pants on stage.
Which one? Is it only
There's only one on stage.
Okay.
I did like a dip with Jennifer and all the way down my pants, and I was like, I just kind of laid it down and like walked up the stage.
Tiptoed off the stage. I don't know what my most embarrassing. I have a lot of embarrassing moments. I used to get so embarrassed about everything that it's like my whole childhood was just like built of embarrassing moments I found embarrassing. But something, this isn't on stage necessarily, but something, Mom's standing right here, but I'm going to say this about you. When we're like in a store. This isn't on stage, but we're like in a store, whether it's at the mall, at the grocery store, and there's like music that's going on. Mom will start dancing, and it'll just make little, and I get so embarrassed. I duck into the next aisle or the next store. Like, I don't know her. But I've learned that if I do that, she keeps doing it because she thinks it's funny. So I'm like, oh yeah, Mom, yeah, I'll dance with you. And then like eventually she stops, and I'm just like, so embarrassing. But it's good. It's good for me, you know? It's great.
How about you, Jack? Any outstanding embarrassing moments?
Okay, I've had a lot, but the number one,
Remember the one at church?
yeah, was really early in our
Musical career.
I was playing cymbal, so I'm probably what, 8?
Maybe.
8 years old, and I'm standing in front of this cymbal.
It was at church.
It's at church. We're playing
While
at church.
we're praying.
Yeah, we finished our performance, and the pastor is leading the assembly in prayer, and I had locked my legs out, and I'm standing there like this, and I start feeling really dizzy, and then I fall straight onto the cymbal during prayer, and then I have to like catch myself and catch the cymbal, and then I like stand back up, and I like survive for the rest of the prayer, and then my sisters grab me and run me out to the hall, and they start stuffing food in my face, and I'm like coming to, and I'm like getting all the stuff
We're like, eat almonds, quick, wake up, eat almonds.
That was probably my most embarrassing moment on stage.
I haven't had too many, but one time we were doing favorite things, and Jai's supposed to kick over my head, and
You're supposed to put your head down.
I didn't duck well enough, and Jai kicked us slightly early, and so it was just a really bad combination. I almost got knocked out, and I was just like sitting there. I was like, oh my goodness, it was the closest I've ever been to being knocked out. That was not fun.
It was on stage.
I thought of one more embarrassing moment.
She literally
This
saw
was while we were traveling back and forth between America's Got Talent and our tour. We were in Michigan, and there was this county fair, and I got through the whole thing. I was kind of sick. And I had taken some medicine because it was really serious. I usually don't like to take medicine, but it was really serious. So I took medicine, and I made it through the whole concert. I mean, I had been in bed the rest of the time, and I was just like, I gotta play. So I got up, got through the whole concert, and we were doing techno counts at the end. And you know when we're all in a line dancing, and we we all end at the end. When we do the front kick, I went down so hard, and I landed on my hands. I mean, I would have thought I would have fallen back, but I didn't. I landed forward. And I remember my hands like hitting really hard, my face was like that close, and I stood up, and I didn't know what to do, and it was the end, and so it was like about to end, and so I just went, and I just ended, and everyone's dying laughing. I felt so embarrassed, but it was really funny. Like, I felt like they couldn't have just been like more perfectly. Just like perfectly unperfect, yeah. So funny.
Is that it?
That's everything.
All right,
guys.
folks, the Willises just came up last night from a show in Talladega. They just played 3 shows here at Dollywood and Pigeon Forge, and they took the time to do this interview for us today. We'd like to thank you all
Thank you
very much for...
Yeah. And if we haven't met all of the fans before, we hope that everyone who wrote a question to get to meet you. And then the fans that we have met before, thank you so much for supporting us. Appreciate it. And you're doing a great job with all the videos, so I appreciate you doing it.
You're welcome. I love doing it. It's my favorite thing to do in all the world is to film the Willis Clan. So.
That's one of his.
Hopefully they all get better as I go. So.
Yeah, well, hopefully we get better.
Help me understand, and eyes they make me wonder. Should I let you take my hand?
Knowing that it's hopeless, you're gonna notice right now. Underneath the surface, I got a nervous breakdown. Hey guys, thank you so much.